If you've ever had that dream of seeing a majestic Royal Bengal tiger in the wild, chances are Ranthambore National Park is right at the top of your list. But here's the thing, the park is massive. So the big question is, where do you even begin to look? That's exactly what we're going to figure out today as we dive into Ranthambore's famous safari zones. First, let's just set the scene. You have to understand, Ranthambore isn't just a park. It's a whole other world. A world of ancient forts, sprawling lakes, and really dense forests. This wild, rugged, untouched landscape, that's precisely what makes it such a legendary home for the tiger. And that brings us right to the challenge every single visitor faces. The park is split up into 10 different safari zones. 10! And your safari vehicle is only allowed into one of them per trip. The zone you get can make all the difference, and that's the puzzle we're going to solve. There's a very specific process that decides where your adventure begins. The single most important rule of any Ranthambore safari: you don't choose your zone. A computer does. It's a completely random allocation system, and it's actually designed for a very good reason: to spread out the tourist vehicles and protect the wildlife from getting too much traffic in any one area. Let's start the tour. We're going to begin with what are famously known as the core zones. These are basically the original heart of the park safari area. Zone 2 is often thought of as a top-tier spot. Why? Well, it's packed with water holes, and in a hot, dry place like this, water is life. It pulls in the tigers and all their prey, which you know can seriously increase your chances of a sighting. Some of the most legendary tigers have called this place home. Moving on to Zone 3. This is where you'll find some of the park's most breathtaking scenery. It's centered around these incredible lakes, like Padam Talao, often with ancient ruins in the background. It's the picture-perfect tiger habitat, and it is just teeming with wildlife. And then you have Zone 4, which is just steeped in history. This was the home turf of Makli, who was maybe the most famous wild tigress in the entire world. And with its own huge lake, Malek Talao, this zone continues to be one of the most reliable for tiger sightings. And now, let's talk about Zone 5. This safari route has the same entrance as Zone 4, but takes you through key specific locations like Joka, Kachida, Bagda, and Bakola. Landscapes where every turn can reveal movement in the shadows. Hotspots like Kachida Valley and Anandpur have become legendary among guides and photographers. Now, let's take a trip to the other side of the park. Zones 6 to 10 were added to the tourist map a bit later, and they offer a really different kind of safari experience. The main difference here is really a logistical one. To get to Zones 6 to 10, your Jeep actually has to drive through the old city of Sawai Madhopur to a completely different set of park gates. And as you'd guess, the landscape over there can be quite different too. Even though they're further out, these zones have their own unique appeal. Zone 6 has these beautiful open grasslands, fantastic for birding. Zone 9 is known as a great place to spot more elusive creatures, like sloth bears and caracals. But let's be crystal clear about one thing. Every single one of these 10 zones is an active tiger territory. So we've toured the park, which brings us to the ultimate question. If you had to pick, which zones really give you the absolute best shot? Well, if you look at all the historical data, there are 4 zones that consistently stand out from all the rest. And these zones are 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the common thread that connects them is actually pretty simple. Lots of water and plenty of food. These features create the perfect conditions for spotting tigers, who naturally patrol these resource-rich areas more often. But after all of that strategy and analysis, there is one final, unavoidable factor that we just have to talk about. It's the one thing that truly rules every single safari. While you might have slightly better odds in zones 2 to 5, seeing a tiger is never, ever guaranteed. It is purely a matter of luck. You could be in the best zone and see nothing, and then you could be in another zone and have the sighting of a lifetime. The tigers definitely don't read the guidebooks. So, what's the big takeaway? You have to embrace the randomness. The real thrill of Ranthambore isn't about controlling the outcome. It's about the possibility, the chance that around any corner, at any moment, you just might get lucky. And that is what makes it a true adventure. You can find tour links in the description. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And if you'd like to see how our safaris in zones 3 and 4 went, you'll find the videos linked here.